video, we talked about the Roman Empire from Republic to the Empire, and in this episode, we're going to talk about the spread of Christianity. That Christianity is a religion based on Jesus and on his life and his teaching, but more on that in our explaining video. And this is going to be all about some kind of king and also some Jesus' life and his birthplace. So let's get into it. But let's start by looking at some notes, shall we? This video is brought to you by Audible and the Hands-on History Volume 2 video. More on that later. Alright, so let's get into our Christianity of Jesus video. But that brings us to a question. What is Christianity? But before we answer that, I will need to ask you this, which it is from the book, so don't get surprised. The question is, what religions are there in your community? Well, answer them in the comments below if the comments are on. Alright, so let's get back up and let's answer our previous question. What is Christianity? Well, Christianity is a religion that is based on the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. And that brings us to another question. Who is Jesus Christ? Well, Jesus Christ is a man or boy, just say whatever you want to. Anyways, he was a man or boy who was born in Nazareth, Judea, which is in modern-day Israel. And also he's the guy who started Christianity and who's got nailed on the cross and died with his other two followers. Alright, now let's get into our Jesus from the Hands-on History. On the Hands-on History, we're gonna talk about Jesus and all about his life in just 2 paragraphs, but let's just start with just 1 paragraph first. Okay, so Jesus Christ was born in Nazareth in Judea, which is in modern-day Israel, and it's one with the Star of David, the one with 2 triangles intersected together with the 2 blue lines. Well, I'll put the picture up here. See? Alright, now let's get back to our Jesus. Well, when Jesus was born, he was from Nazareth. His mother was Nazareth, but his father was somewhere else. And well, that doesn't matter now. So Jesus was born, and he knew that he was gonna be the ruler. The savior of the world. Even though the God said he was gonna be a ruler. After Jesus' sacrifice on 30 AD, he was pinned to the cross, and I just told you that. But anyways, after his execution from the Romans, his followers were brokenhearted, but he became back alive. He was reborn. Not actually reborn, but more kind of like, how can I say, rose from the dead. Oh, that's crazy enough to say. Alright, now that is really crazy, and tell me how crazy is that in the comments. This is 100% crazy. Well, it's religion, guys. Don't get surprised. Alright, Jesus Christ was alive again, but he was only alive for 40 days, and people think that he will return to the future, and he hasn't yet. So it has already been It has been already 20 centuries, and he hasn't even came. Wait, 20 centuries? Oh my goodness. Whoa, why is it getting hot in here? Alright, Jesus hasn't returned yet, so that's what we know. And now, let's get into our video of kind of hands-on history. Oh, alright. Don't get worried. You can do good. Right, after the execution of Jesus, I mean it this time. After the execution of Jesus, his followers spread out his religion of Christianity into other places, to Korea, to China. No, wait, not China, baby. But other countries. And almost any country you can think of. All right. Alright, okay. Now there is something weird that I want to tell you about some religions. That they have some kind of word families, as I can say. But anyways, here are some examples. For the religion type is Buddhism, Christianity, Judaism, and Hinduism. Those are just some of them, and these are their people, their followers or people, whatever you want to call them, names. They are Jewish people, Christians, Buddhists, and Hindus, and these are their descriptions. For the Judaism is Jewish, for the Christianity it's Christians, for the Buddhists. For the Buddhism is Buddhist, and for the Hinduism it's the Hindu. Got it? Well, that's simple to say. Okay, now that we covered that up, let's get into a bit more into the future, into the days of Constantine, the first Roman emperor. Not the first Roman emperor, but the first Christian Roman emperor. Keep that in mind. Don't get confused with the first Roman emperor Augustus. Alright, after the Battle of Milovan, and actually before the Battle of Milovan, he saw a vision with an angel. Well, people do say he saw the two first letters of Christ, but I prefer the angel to be more exact. Anyways, back to our angel story. He saw a vision of an angel and also a cross. And the angel told him to paint the cross on his shield. The cross is the symbol of Christianity. If he did that, he will have supreme victory. And alright. And he did that. So he even won the battle, and he became emperor of Rome, and he was the first emperor to allow Christianity. He made a law called the Edict of Milan. To me, first when I saw a picture with some papers, I thought it were some letters, but it was actually the Edict of Milan. The Edict of Milan is a law that allows Christians to follow their religion. They're free to do it. And then the Christian church fell apart, but we're gonna talk about that later. Alright. Jesus is dead. The Christianity was allowed. Now what? Oh yeah. After a few decades from Nero's time, Nero was an emperor who didn't like Christians. He even turned them into candles. How crazy is that? Anyways, after a few decades from Nero's reign, Christianity became the official religion of Rome, the Roman Empire. Well, that's not crazy, but I think it's crazy. Well, here is the reason I think it's crazy. Because the first reason is that the Roman Empire tortured, killed some Christians. But now they allow Christians? That's kind of weird. Okay. Now we're gonna get into a writing video, but here's the one most important thing about Christian religion history. Get it? Alright. The most important thing about Christian religion is that after the Romans got their official Christianity, they had a lot of change. If they didn't, whole history would have been changed. Well, imagine what had happened if Christianity was never the official religion of Rome. Think about that. Okay, let's get into our writing video. Let's get into our writing video. And today's topics are: what did you learn about Christianity and what religions are there in your community? Well, let's get started. So, what did you learn about Christianity? Well, what did I learn about Christianity? Well, I learned that Christianity is a religion that is based on the life and teachings of a man named Jesus Christ. And people, or Christians, the followers of Christianity, believe that Jesus is the son of the God, or a Jewish God. If just prefer whatever you want. he will return to Earth in the future. He hasn't returned yet, and I think he will never return. Another thing is that Jesus Christ was killed and executed, persecuted on a cross in 30 AD, not 30 BC. Don't get confused with that, guys. I mean it. And there's no difference in who's rich and who's the poor. There's no difference. We're all ordinary people. No matter how much money we have or how much power we have. Got that? Got that? Good. Alright, number 2. What religions are there in your community? Well, in my community in South Korea, there's Christianity, Buddhism, Catholic, and a lot of others. But I don't think Hinduism is part of it. I'm not even a religion. I never have been in a religion. My mother was Catholic, but now she's not. She's not even Christianity or any other religion. My father was a Christian. Now he isn't. My grandfather was Buddhism, and now he isn't. There's a lot of not religions in my family. Alright, now let's get into our extra history. Okay, now let's get into our extra history. Alright, today's extra history is going to be about the birth of Jesus Christ. Well, let's get into it. Well, how Jesus was born was very unusual. I'm saying it is very unusual because it's with a human mother and with a godfather. But let's get into it. So there was this woman in Nazareth called Mary. Alright, Mary was a woman and she did a lot of good things, but almost as good as Jesus is. But Jesus wasn't born yet, so she didn't know that. But then one day, while she was sleeping, an angel called Gabriel came to Mary and said that she is gonna have a son, and all the other angel things, facts and repeating stuff, blah blah blah. And then, finally, when the angel left, the angel also explained how the woman Mary was gonna have a son even before she's even married. Well, there was only a few days after marriage. And a few days after the meet with the angel Gabriel, she became pregnant. It was very unusual for women to be pregnant before marriage, but it happened. It was even rare. Alright, so Jesus' father Joseph came to and married Mary's mother, even though she was already pregnant. And Mary just told Joseph what happened, and Joseph understood that and about the God stuff. Alright, back to the story. After their marriage, they went to places so Jesus can be born, and almost all of the inns were full, and nobody would let them in. Not even one teeny tiny space. You kidding me? But they found a patch of barn with some haystacks, and that is where Jesus was born. Joseph made a bed with the haystack for Mary to lay down, and then after a few minutes or maybe hours, Jesus was born. He was glowing with a lot of yellow lights, and don't be surprised because he's the Son of God. All right. And okay, so after that happened, there was another angel went to 2 shepherds who were finding their runaway into forest sheep. Well, that's kind of funny. Well, the angel told them that Jesus was born, and those 2 shepherds went to find him, and it only took them a few minutes. And when they found him, they prayed and prayed to him and prayed and prayed. Well, you know what they did. And then there was the star. There was the star of Nazareth. The star of Nazareth. 3 wise men saw the star of Nazareth and went to the king of Joseph's Joseph's homeland palace, and told the king that there is a baby is born who will be the king of the Jews, and he is the savior of the world. The king was very selfish and wanted to kill baby Jesus, and he never did. He told those 3 wise men to find baby Jesus, because he wanted to worship him. And they thought that was kind of weird, but they did it. So they went on to many days traveling through the desert, and then when they finally found the barn, and they worshipped Jesus, and they gave them a lot of presents: gold, some perfume, and some kinds of, I can't even say it with my mouth. It makes me want to throw up. And then after they gave those gifts to Jesus, the baby, the star of Nazareth vanished, so they were unable to get back home. And so that's how Jesus was never dead again until the execution. Well, this is the end of our extra history. I hope you like this video, and I hope you will enjoy our next video. This video was made by me, it was sponsored by me, the script is made by me, the talking is by me, of course. And today we talked about the spread of Christianity. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the fall of Rome. Expect that video to come tomorrow. Today's question is, who made Christianity? Is it Jesus? Or is it Buddha? Or is it Ahsoka? Put the answers in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button to many likes. I want 1,000 subscribers. And hit that bell button to all so you wouldn't miss any of my videos. Hope to see you soon.